Hello, Ohio gozaimasu means good morning. We have another breakfast of champions
Mm-hmm.
from McDonald's.
We have Terry Tama muffins, which I'm not sure what they are, but it was the only thing that looked different from
Oh,
American
oh,
breakfast.
it's saucy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, looks like mayo, lettuce, teriyaki sauce, and egg white with a breakfast sausage.
It looks and smells good, but I am there's no napkins. Whoa. What? Is it like a teriyaki thing?
I think so. Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
sliding around.
that is different.
Very messy, but very good. The breakfast sausage tastes more like actual sausage than American McDonald's sandwiches.
Probably because it actually is. I think they're a little stricter about their ingredients and quality control.
In the
For here.
U.S., it's just plastic and pig farts.
This is good.
So messy. Now you're more of a McDonald's breakfast connoisseur than I am. If this was available on the American menu, do you think you would ever order it? And if so, how often?
I would order it probably fairly often. Still like my little sausage burritos, but I think out of like an actual breakfast sandwich like this, I would order this more than I would order any other breakfast sandwich that exists in America.
The downside is the sheer messiness
Yeah,
because it's just so slippery, it's like falling apart. But it's really tasty.
yeah, the quality is definitely better.
Mm. Almost lost some egg in the sheets. Oh, there's a lot of sauce in the sheets. Damn it. Oh well.
That's our last night here.
They do turn the room over without asking. That's something that doesn't really happen in American hotels as much anymore since
Yeah,
COVID. Do we tip the maids? We probably don't, right?
I don't think so. I'll
The
double check.
only there's the only tipping we've had or been suggested that we do is the sumo wrestlers at
Yes,
the exhibition show we saw.
yes.
Other than that, no tipping. I gotta look up if I get a tattoo if I'm supposed to tip. Probably not, but I also want to check.
And we had a very fancy, very awesome meal um the day before yesterday at the yakiniku place.
Yakitaki, tiki taki, muki maki,
Yakiniku.
yakiniku.
It was great. And then we also didn't have to tip 20% off of it,
Mm-hmm.
which was really
To
helpful.
be fair, for that meal, we did do all the cooking
Yeah.
because there was a grill at the table. Not that you usually tip the chef, you tip the waiter. The waiter still brought the food out. The food just
Mhm.
happened to be mostly raw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up. I'm sticky. Are there any crimes you want to confess to now that the cameras are off? You sure? You haven't killed anybody? You haven't tried to kill anybody? You haven't stolen anything?
Oh wow.
You stole my heart.
Questa cosina c'è presente ancora che sale. Non è che hanno smesso fino alle 10.
You're popular, Kate. The fresh stuff's better. So this is the first time I've ever been out of the United States, and I didn't know what to expect. And in some ways, it's great. In a lot of ways, it's great. It's really cool. Seeing a lot of stuff I've never seen before, eating a lot of things I've never had before. In some ways, it's not so great. Um, and I'm definitely having some culture shock. Everything's kind of challenging. Kind of get lost almost everywhere you go, at least a little bit. I mean, you can figure things out with your smartphone and GPS, but when we're trying to navigate some of the busiest train station in the world, like Shinjuku or Shibuya, we got lost a couple times and couldn't find the station or the line we were supposed to find, and sort of had to pivot. I was in Don Quixote the other day trying to find tattoo covers, because if I want to go in the hot springs, I need to cover my tattoos with skin-colored stickers, and I couldn't find them. I asked people for help. I got different answers. I got told it was on the third floor. I got told they don't carry them. And I spent about 45 minutes looking through the store and couldn't find them. Everything is like a little bit challenging. It's also really cool, but it's also hard to get coffee. There's not coffee shops don't open before 9 a.m. So the only way to get hot coffee I found this morning was to go to McDonald's, which is open 24 hours, or 7-Eleven. Especially if you're trying to see a lot, you're doing long days, and here in Tokyo, it's really crowded. So yeah, it's just exhausting and different and strange, and things sort of compound. And then I'm also struggling with jet lag and insomnia. So the last 3 or 4 days, I've gotten maybe 3 hours of sleep a night, which isn't enough. Yesterday, we did a very long tour of Mount Fuji in a van. It's really cool. Got picked up at 7:30 in the morning, drove through Tokyo to pick up the other guests from their hotels, drove out to Mount Fuji, which is about an hour and a half away, went to all these different locations. It was an amazing tour, but it was really long, a lot of time in the van. We were out for more than 12 hours before we got back to the hotel. My butt started hurting from the seat. Um, yeah, so even though it was great, it's just kind of a lot, and there's a lot of confusion and stimuli, and almost everything you do is different. I got laundry. We have laundry in the hotel room, and I got that started this morning, but I had to use Google Translate to be able to figure out the buttons on the washing machine. And Google Translate helps, but it is only so accurate. So I kind of had to guess what settings I was using. I tried to get ibuprofen at Don Quixote for Kate yesterday, and the medicine's kind of hard to figure out from what I could suss out. They don't sell regular ibuprofen just by itself. It's always connected with caffeine, and Kate wants to take a larger dose of ibuprofen to have her knee not be hurting so much. So she wants to take 800 milligrams at a time, which, when every 200 milligrams comes with 80 milligrams of caffeine, means each dose would be 360 milligrams of caffeine. So if you're doing that 2 times a day, especially in the afternoon when she wants to go to sleep soon, not really the best situation. But from what I could find out, there's not really any other options for ibuprofen. So it's just the little things. It's just every little thing gets complicated in some way. And that can be kind of cool. It can be kind of fun to sort of figure things out. But especially when I'm sleep deprived and still suffering a little jet lag, it can be overwhelming. It sort of all hit me last night. We got back from the Mount Fuji tour. We went out to eat. It was this interesting setup where there was a grill built into the table, and they would bring out the raw food. But it wasn't like the Wagyu place we went to the other day, where we grilled all the meat ourselves. They kind of had a chef that would come around and start the grilling for you, and sometimes they would take stuff off the grill, and sometimes you were supposed to take stuff off the grill, and we kind of didn't know which. And they spoke really limited English, which is 100% understandable. It just got confusing, and things weren't like ventilated super well, so the smoke was getting in my eyes, and I was just exhausted and overwhelmed, and I don't know, just tired of like everything being complicated. Like after a long day, I just want to sit down, order a meal, and just have what I want to have. But now instead, there's this grill on the table, and they're kind of coming around and doing some of the grilling for us. We're kind of supposed to do some of the grilling, but we're not sure what amount of grilling we're supposed to do. So it's all just confusing, overwhelming. I ended up just like openly crying in the restaurant, which is always awkward. Yeah, and then there's the macho "I'm a man, I'm not supposed to cry" attitude, which I try not to ascribe to that much. But when you're like openly crying in a restaurant in a different country, 6,000 miles away from home, it's kind of hard to hold that mentality. So and that sort of compounded things because then it was like, oh my god, why am I so upset? I'm upset because like I'm confused about dinner. And I think it's the culture shock sort of setting in. It's the lack of sleep that's compounding it. But yeah, it's my first experience with international travel. Um, so I didn't know what to expect. And I don't know how common it is. Probably more common than people think. And if you've never traveled internationally before, um, be prepared for shit to go wrong and be confusing and be weird and be uncomfortable. And you're probably going to get upset. And maybe you'll start crying in the middle of a restaurant. And that's okay. Doesn't feel okay in the moment because I like had to get out of the restaurant and have Kate pay the check and stand in the alley and cry harder, and then went back to the hotel room and flopped down on the bed and cried for like another 20 minutes. Then I went to sleep, got up this morning, finally got a good like 8 hours of sleep. I'm feeling better. Went to McDonald's, got a hot coffee, got a breakfast sandwich. Having hot coffee at 6 a.m. hits so much better than having like a little sugary cappuccino or tiramisu drink. Real hot black coffee is absolutely crucial to being alive on planet Earth, especially at 6 a.m.